think all these years I was just sitting there watching the conversation happen.
Yeah.
And now a little box has taken my job.
Just like that. A little box.
You know what? And I love it.
Only if that box can now trigger off of sound. So
Exist yet?
if I'm shocked that it's not.
It's got to exist somewhere.
But how clean would it be? It's probably exists, but it's probably not like top of the line, like able to.
It cannot be that hard.
Like in Zoom calls when the person talking.
Yeah. Dude, technology
automatically.
exists.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what the heck then?
There's got to be something like that.
A program. Do you think we just got to buy it? We haven't looked close enough into it. Podcasters don't need it.
Honestly, it might be like an OBS. Maybe it's like an OBS plugin. I don't know if OBS has plugins.
What do you being able to play video games, podcast, and live stream all at the same time?
Yeah, we need the TV monitor to be running and the camera to switch to that monitor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to troubleshoot that one once more. And the cord situation over there is absolutely disgusting. We can't have that.
Yeah,
Our cords engineers, like at Backpocket at the Corp, they, oh my God, if they came up here right now, they would probably shut the podcast down. Quite frankly,
Dude, if you get the TV to work and then you could like watch videos and like
right.
react. I mean, that's
yeah.
what.
Well, we were running into the issue with Marcus bringing up information. He would bring it up, and he wouldn't be able to jump back into the conversation like after he found it.
Yeah.
Because we have to carry on everything. Because he doesn't have an indicator to like tell everyone he's found it. He has to say something and then
He has to interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we have a monitor, issue solved.
Issue solved, but let's also be real and get back to the point of where this all started is producers been outsourced, you know. Are the producer seats hot?
Yeah.
One has to
Scorching.
Yeah. I don't know, when did you realize that your job was maybe gone? At what point in the preparation of this podcast?
Oh, of this exact podcast?
Yes.
When you whipped out that Stream Deck and I saw the buttons light up and all of a sudden there were fancy little graphics on each one and I'm like, a monkey could do that. Dude, have you seen the TikToks of the dog that can hit?
You would jump to a monkey. I love it.
Can you see there's this dog on TikTok that this owner has laid out an array of buttons on the ground and each button is triggered to say something. So like outside, park, feed me, I love you. And this dog has been trained to like talk by pressing the buttons. It's the most outrageous thing.
Right.
Like he'll say
Go
something
outside, he'll
That's
hit the button.
insane.
like I saw one he's like park and the mom was like, no, I don't want to go to the park. And the dog walked over to the button and said, Mom, I love you.
No way.
It's so it really tripped me out.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh
I saw a video the other day of a guy with a parrot, and the parrot was trained to say like, "Help me," and it was screaming, "Help me!"
Oh my
And
god.
his neighbors called the cops on.
Parrots are scary, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
God.
actually pretty big birds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they can talk. Help me.
It's like when you're you ever been to vacation like Mexico and those people that walk around with the
Yes.
parrots?
That's
and
what I'm
just
thinking of.
Put it on your shoulder and you're like,
Oh.
what the fuck?
Fuck that. Yeah.
That's like $15 for the picture that they take of you.
Dude, birds aren't real. I've been taking that stance lately.
They don't exist.
Andrew got hit by an
Government,
ad
yeah.
that said that was a T-shirt that said "Birds aren't real." What's the second line?
They're
We've
like
on this podcast
they're-
multiple
If
times.
it flies, it spies.
Oh yeah, the government spies.
Yeah.
That dude's hilarious that started that whole thing.
Yep. So I bought that. And now I'm bought into the conspiracy. Facebook ads, the power of them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you are the product of Facebook ads, straight up. That's you.
I've evolved.
So the conspiracy is that every bird in the sky is like
Yeah, like during the Nixon administration, all birds were taken off out of the skies and replaced with bird spies.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
every bird is a spy.
Yeah. It's
Birds
like-
aren't real. Dude, I'm in on that.
Right?
It's just so stupid that it's like, yeah, I'm behind it.
Oh my god.
Okay, so for next time, we really need a bigger screen. This is so hard to see, but it's working.
Okay.
It's so, again, a monkey from here could tell that this shot is us.
Yeah.
And then we're talking. And then as soon as Jack jumps in about how birds aren't real, they're like, oh, he's talking.
Blah, blah, blah.
Great.
Ridiculous.
Thanks, Josh.
Oh, here we are. I really, dude, I sound like, God, I sound like a drunk girl, honestly. That's just what my voice feels like
Right now?
Yeah, feels like drunk girl.
Do you ever think your voice is like higher or lower? Like I always think when I talk, like I'm like, well, my voice is way higher than it needs to be or should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if other people get self-conscious about
The way they sound.
the pitch of their, not even the way they sound, but like the pitch of your voice.
Yeah. I think I did before, and then I guess like I've heard myself list like so many times now. It's like
Andrew had a cold for 2 years.
no joke on the podcast, nasally podcast voice for 2 years.
Podcasts like 30 through podcasts probably 130 are all you sick for some light of the
It was
sense.
my college house. I think had like something in it because right when I left, my cold went away, but I had it for so long.
Dude, it's the worst.
It's stupid.
It's so bad.
I didn't realize until I was like 16 that I had a lisp. Like I got like a little lisp going. Not when
I think you chose your lisp though. You can kind of get rid of it if you're like.
Just like you choose
Like
to
the
say all
King's-
those
like-
crazy ass words.
Like the
Yeah.
King's Speech.
I've never seen.
No.
That's the one with the guy with the stutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good movie.
Oh really?
It's just him practicing.
It won a Golden Globe, and like
Fuck
I
the Golden Globe,
actually
dude.
watched it for fun by myself. I like didn't have work one Monday when all you guys, I think it was Martin Luther King Day, and all you guys had work, so I was like, I guess I'll just like watch a movie. And I watched the King's Speech because it looked like a really good movie, and it just sucked.
It's not good.
It's not a good movie.
I mean, the acting is like, it's impressive.
Who's in it?
Colin Firth,
Okay, that doesn't mean anything to me.
right? He's the guy in the King's Men. That's
Mm.
the father or whatever, the
Sure.
boss. I don't know, but he's practicing his speech impediment the whole time, and then he delivers the speech. He's the king. He was the king.
Oh.
Yeah, and then and he's literally looking in the mirror.
It's the whole movie.
It's a great story,
Yeah.
but it's such a slow movie,
Ugh.
and it's literally a movie about getting a speech impediment fixed, which through personal experience is a very frustrating experience.
What were you having to do? Peter picked a pie.
There's so many different like exercises. I couldn't do L's, so like I remember the L. You put to make the L sound, you put your tongue at the top of your mouth. I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
La.
and just
That
like
is correct.
say la like 100 times.
It like hurt your jaw. Yeah,
So
I
you're
can't
just-
remember everything that we did, to be honest.
my brother had like a stutter growing up, and so he had to do a bunch of stuff for that. And like as a brother, do you know how hard it is with a brother with a stutter not to make fun of him for having a
you
stutter?
gotta make fun
Like,
of
dude, like, get it out, stupid.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, he has a stutter, so you gotta
Yeah.
chill a little bit. Be a little bit more patient with him.
Yeah, that was my older sibling. That was my older siblings with me,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
just through not being able to talk.
Yeah, Ryan and Katie picked on you.
Oh, big time.
You have to. You have to make fun of your little siblings.
Well, they're gonna get it elsewhere, so it's like, it might as well first come from a place of love
Right.
before it doesn't.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that is step one, is you got to tell your siblings that you love them. But step two is you have to make fun of them all the time.
Mm.
Bottomless.
This coming from you and I are both oldest.
Yeah.
Deck
Oldest of 5. You're oldest of what?
3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
We got dominance. We're kings.
It's true.
We're kings. But you gotta tell your people you love them.
Yeah.
You always gotta tell your dogs you love them.
And guess what? My brother doesn't really have a stutter anymore, so
You bullied it out of them.
Yeah.
it worked.
You're part of the solution.
Yeah.
You're part of the solution. You
Tough
can be a
love,
dick
man.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It
You can
works.
totally be a dick. God, I used to make fun of my brother so much. Like, it was insane. You know how we recall dumb bits as, white guys. It just pretty much what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, yeah, it was insane. I just remember I would just call back the same joke, the same shit. Dumbest stuff ever. Like, dumbest stuff ever. And it was crazy. My mom hated it. She had to have hated it.
Oh,
Me and Aiden in
Probably.
captain's chairs in the back just fucking going at each other all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
I bullied Madge all day long. I made him my servant, like gave me everything, and it was mean,
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he just
Sounds mean.
listened. He didn't fight it ever. He just did it. It's like, damn, Madge, you're the best.
Yeah, that's really nice. of him.
Good for him. God, that's crazy.
Father's Day, dude.
Happy Father's Day.
Call your dads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad didn't answer. I don't know what he was doing. But that picture of him is absolutely
I've
phenomenal.
definitely
Dude,
seen that
your
before.
dad is a beefcake.
Yeah, he's a meat mountain, dude. He's a meat wagon,
He
dude.
was way bigger than you.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, he's
I'm the
fucking ripped.
Northwestern linebacker. That's what
started since he was a sophomore, his sophomore year.
like the D1 school
The
Northwestern.
D1 school Northwestern, not to be confused
The
with the
good one?
D3.
Yeah.
Very, very not good Northwestern. But if someone just like kind of walked into the conversation just now from Minnesota, they'd be like, "Why are you hyping your dad up so much about him playing football at Northwestern?"
Wildcats.
Go Wildcats, go Cats.
Go Cats.
Yeah, he can just. I mean, he beats the shit out of me 11 times out of 10, and I'm trying my best to like not get knocked down the first round. You know.
Mm.
Yeah. That's impressive.
God, yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But then again, though, my mom loves to like my mom is super strict.
Okay.
Different side. Crazy.
And that's how you became who you are today.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of dumb. I got to show you. So Ty, did you see that I ran out of gas in the middle of Arizona? I'll tell you about that. It's fucking ridiculous. So I recorded all of it though.
Have you heard the
and I-
story yet, Jack?
Yeah, he told me at dinner.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess I gotta tell it now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of the best way to, cause.
Okay.
Hold on.
He's getting his phone.
Gotta. It's hard to think and talk at the same time.
And press buttons.
Right.
And press buttons.
Do you want
But
me to take over the switchboard?
someone's got the switchboard. Andy's got the switchboard
What
now.
about what? Oh, you already have them labeled.
Um,
Easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
A monkey.
It's literally the one. It's 1 and 2.
Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
But the
Yeah.
next time I do it, you can program which buttons. So I'll do a left thumb and a right thumb. So it'll be just a lot
Yeah.
easier. Like way more
like
motor
here.
monkey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like here.
yeah,
Mhm.
right there. Like you're playing. Like you're actually playing video games. You
Yeah,
can do that.
makes sense.
That'd be so cool.
But anyways, so I ran out of gas, and
So Deck had, for the listeners, Deck went to Tucson,
that's right.
and he's been in Tucson now for 2 weeks.
He's in Tucson right now.
Living there.
Now he's currently as you're listening to this, he's in
As you're
Tucson.
listening.
As we're recording, he's back for the weekend after he'd been there for 2 weeks. Correct?
Yep.
Dude,
yeah.
what a shitty time to get sent to Tucson.
Yeah.
Oh,
And now,
come on.
well, now Arizona went from the least like restricted state to now traveling towards the most
I
restricted
was also
state.
just saying like the middle of the summer.
Yeah. They're number
Yeah.
one. They're peaking right now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And there's like a fire that's like 20 minutes from my job site. So I get texts every day from people like, hey, how's the fires? I'm like, I just literally go up to like the 3rd floor and look out. I'm like,
What's on fire?
doing well.
Trees.
No, yeah. Some got struck by lightning in the mountains.
Oh, no.
And then it just spread a wildfire. And it never rains in Arizona. So it's just dry as shit out there. And wind blows and it just see it all go.
Yeah, I didn't know there was that many
Yeah.
trees in
Yeah.
Arizona.
But yeah. Apparently, there never really was a lot, I don't think.
No,
That's the thing.
burning down.
Yeah, that's why there's tree farms. You know, you gotta plant them.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta really put it in gear.
Not a lot of green in Arizona.
Yeah.
No.
No. You went this past.
I mean, I've been. Oh yeah, I went for spring break actually. I
That's what I
completely
thought.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Phoenix weather was horrible.
Gotcha.
Horrible? What
was
do you
so
define
bad.
horrible though? Like dry heat's awesome. I love the consistent like
No.
100-degree sunny.
Yeah, it was like 70s and like cloudy most of the days, and it was like
Oh.
unseasonably rainy when we were there.
Ooh.
Like it rained. Like we were there
Mm.
for like 5 days. It rained like
Interesting.
3 of the days.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, Deck's been there in Tucson, and he went to California for a weekend,
Yeah.
and ran
Yeah.
out of gas.
Ran out of gas. So I get in. Friday. There's no more person or like there's no better energy than 1 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah.
And you're just ready to launch. Get out of
Mhm.
work early. Get my Chevy Spark, which is like 45 miles to the gallon, but it's a 9-gallon tank, so it runs out every like 4th day. It's an economy car. It's the cheapest one you can get at Enterprise apparently.
That's insane.
Spark.
It's Chevy Spark. It's got Apple Play, which is
CarPlay?
CarPlay. Phenomenal app.
Yeah.
Bravo, Apple. I didn't realize that until I got out of my 05 Dodge Stratus. You know?
Right.
God.
Which does
sure.
not have
which does
Car
not
play.
have thank you,
Okay.
Ty. Yeah, it does not.
Who'd have thunk?
Yes. So I run out of gas because I got this freaking Friday energy. I'm blasting the Joe Walsh song that's on it's the first song on your playlist.
Life's been good.
Life's Been Good by
Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh. And I call my mom, 20-minute conversation there. Call Andrew, catch up on some stuff. That was what, 15-minute conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, 15-minute conversation. I had forgotten before I even left that I only had 2 little dots left. It was like close to E on my gas tank. So I totally forgot to fill it before I actually left for the trip, which would have been smart to do, but I forgot. And so I had this conversation with my mom, focused on the conversation and the road, and then talk with Andrew. All of a sudden, I hang up with the phone with Andrew. 5 minutes later, I'm still playing like some other song. It's probably the second song on that playlist. Maybe Down Under. Might have
Men at
been
Work.
Yeah, Men at Work. Yep. I would say that song had just finished, and I ran out of gas, and I was like, oh, fuck.
What happens when you run out of gas?
I asked that same question. What's the noise that it makes?
And it just dies on you? Like the battery's still on?
Yeah, you're still
just ran out of
Look, I'll
gas,
tell you
dude.
what, Down Under Men at Work is a lot shittier of a song when you're oh no.
Do you hear it or like feel it first?
You feel it because
Yeah.
you're going 85 and all of a sudden you're going 62. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Things are
And
changing.
the gas doesn't work anymore. They shut your connection to the gas. You're like, fucking go. Come on. And so I have to pull over, throw the old hazards on, called USAA, and had roadside assistance come. And previously with my 05 Dodge Stratus, it's good that I brought that up before because it broke down one time. Broke down 3 times in 6 weeks.
Good call.
So I got really good familiarity with USAA, honestly. So I knew
That's
exactly,
great, yeah.
okay, call USAA, get the fucking fuel guy out here. He'll be here in an hour and a half. That's what happens all the other times. Usually I just Uber to work at that point. I'm like, okay, got my stuff, leave it here, keys there, go. But you can't do that in this situation. So I just got the out of service or the out of fuel. There's like literally a button that you click on the website. And yeah, it was like 45, 50 minutes, they said. Meanwhile, it's like 110. I'm like, oh, God, this sucks. I got my water. I got my speed shades. I got my Lion shirt on. Literally, this is how I'm looking like.
Oh my God.
And I just was like, all right, I'm just going to hitchhike it. Like, I'm going to see if I can get picked up to a gas station 2 miles away. Why not? And so I jump across the
But you made the decision to do that after you called.
USAA.
Yeah, that was after. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go and get more gas.
Okay.
Why?
I just thought like I was
He's
like
got 50
I'm not
minutes to
I'm
go,
not
I
gonna
guess.
50 minutes to go. I'm not gonna sit here in the
Sure.
110.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was
Something to
close
do.
by. I was like, why not? Like, let's try. I've never hitchhiked before.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
so you
and-
cross the street.
so I
Yeah.
crossed the street and I hit record.
Which is crazy. First off, I've never ran out of gas. Second off, never hitchhiked. No things that I think I'll ever do.
Thirdly, I don't think my first intuition would be like, you gotta record this.
That's insane,
Audio.
right? That's
I'd be
incredible.
so tweaking everywhere else.
Awesome, Deck. All right, dude.
Okay.
So we're journeying.
Table's
We're
been
tripping.
set.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now the tables have been turned. So what I did today was I listened back to it and then found like a couple parts that I enjoyed. So I will play those in synchronous form. So I crossed the street and hit record. So you guys should probably listen to the first thing that comes out of my mouth. Oh, actually, no. I jumped the street. I put my thumb up and I start hitchhiking. And then literally within 5 minutes after I hit record, I get picked up by this guy.
Are you walking with traffic or against traffic?
I was originally, hands raised on this, I was originally walking into head-on highway traffic hitchhiking the first time. And I was like, this is so stupid. Why am I walking into the fucking highway? Like, this is not helping anybody. So I went to the street, other side, and hitchhiked that way. So it worked.
All right. Learning the rules of hitchhiking.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's really, it's a big deal. All right. Decky finds help. I think that would be it.
Be crazy if it was something else.
Yeah, it could very well be. We don't really know. Oh, we gotta stream on our dumb Wi-Fi too. Let's get off that. Let's get
Dumb
off that
Wi-Fi.
for maximal speed.
All right, found a guy. I just need to go and get some gas in the car right now.
Yeah. So I find this guy. He
found you.
He found me. Yes. And I come up, I'm like, hey, I need gas, obviously. And then he's like, there's a guy at your car. And I was like, what? There's a guy in my car. I turn around. Some other person is like pulling over to help me out. And I'm like,
That's so kind.
I was like, okay, so now I got a choice to make here. I'm like, God, like don't worry. I think I just said like, don't worry about it. Fuck it.
I called roadside assistance. One sec. Yeah, they didn't even text me or nothing though. So it must have just been a random guy. Yeah. I left my hazards on, but yeah, there's just a gas station right over here. Would you be able to help me out with that? Yeah, I'll drop you off. Go ahead, get on. Dude, thanks, man.
Boom.
Get on?
Bang.
Was he riding a motorcycle?
Yeah, it was a side wagon of a motorcycle.
No, it wasn't. Fuck
yeah,
you.
No, it was a
That'd
truck.
been so cool.
he goes, here, hop in. He has me a fucking helmet. I'm like, all right. No, but yeah, so I get in, we drive the way. I was still recording after that moment, but right when I put my phone in, the frickin' the roadside service people call me, but I'm an idiot and never have my like ringer on my phone because I just hate getting buzzed or notified typically. So I missed it, but it stopped the recording. So as I get in the car, I'm not recording any of this anymore, actually. It's kind of cool that it ended somewhat like around there.
Yeah.
Because I get in the car, we start talking, and so
Is
we
that
get
illegal in Arizona? Do you need two-party consent in Arizona to record somebody else?
Is hitchhiking legal?
That's a great question.
It is.
Start there.
It is
Great
minute
question.
22 of this podcast, and we're questioning the legality of what we're doing.
It's not like to do anything criminal.
Yeah, sorry, and I looped
Maybe.
you guys in. It's
True.
me. I would take the fall for this one.
Yeah. I
All
wouldn't volunteer for you.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyways, we
The
get.
corp also not take. We would disown.
The corp would be separate.
The corporate would
Put
become
out
a
a
separate.
statement.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's been brought to our attention.
The spy birds could be watching this.
Yeah. Ooh, very true.
If it flies, it flies.
Ooh, that's a concern. Now that I think more about the bird stuff, that's a concern for an outdoor podcast. We can't be out in open space recording a podcast again with birds watching in. You know.
Right.
Thank God we're inside. You can't see us there, and thank God they don't have YouTube Live. You know.
That we know of.
But so we get to talking with this dude.
And was he shocked when he picked you up, or do you think he'd pick up hitchhikers in the past?
He was like probably a 59-year-old man, Hispanic dude, but like, you know, seemed like a legit dude.
Yeah, was any of this going through your mind, like getting murdered?
No, I was pretty confident. I was like, I got this. I think this is fine. It's 2 miles away.
Okay.
And like physically fit too. I don't know if it was if there was like, that's the thing. If it was like a group of dudes,
Yeah.
then I would have been like, man, if this doesn't look like a road trip, then I don't know. Then I don't know. So anyways, we get to talking. He's like just retired, working on cars. He's talking about his Mustang that he's working on, and he's driving back home for the day. He lives in the area. And I was like, oh, so what'd you do before you retired? And he's like, I was a NASA mechanical engineer. And I worked on all the throttles and different thrust mechanisms on the first space station shuttle, and I worked on that for 30 years.
Dude, that's nuts.
That is crazy. That'd put me a little bit at ease, knowing that he worked at NASA.
Yeah.
Well, unless he was lying.
Yeah.
I honestly, at that point, I'm like, I've won the lottery. I'm with the guy that worked at NASA. Like, this is gonna be a hell of a conversation,
Yeah.
and maybe I can like make the guy my friend, and
Get to space.
go to space, get to Mars. Like, I want to let him know that I want to be the
Yes.
first guy on Mars,
Yes.
and like he can find me a ticket.
Yes, that's exactly how you get to Mars.
Pull some strings.
Pull some strings.
And that was my very next question. I said, what's your name, sir? And he said, Dan. Yeah. Dan, how are we going to get to Mars? I wish I fucking would have asked him that. Dang it. But it was
I
phenomenal.
thought you did.
Yeah, me too.
No,
It's not out of your realm of possibility.
right. No,
You've
as
asked
you
that
guys
question
who
before.
don't, yeah, as I have asked that question in the past. That's true. But yeah, I mean, you guys would, that's totally believable. My bad. Hands raised on that.
So he drives you 2 miles.
Drives me 2 miles. We get to the gas station. New problem arises. As we start to, we're at like a stoplight right across the kitty corner from it, and I'm like, okay, now I have to turn into now I got to figure out how I'm gonna get gas. Like, do I need a gas can, right?
Transport it.
I need a gas can. Yeah, I need to transport it somehow. Exactly, Ty. So what I showed up and I was like, oh, I need a gas can. So this part, at some point during the car ride, I looked at my phone and realized we weren't recording. So then I saved it, started recording again. Thank God. Absolutely killer.
He's back at it.
Yeah.
Decky records.
All right. So I walk into the gas station, right? And this is what happens, dude.
Gas cans or anything?
The gas station clerk doesn't have gas cans. What a shock.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, I guess I got to find something that's a gallon. So I just went to the back, found a water jug that was a gallon, and then bought that, walked out, and then just poured it out on the street.
Like the Ice Mountain ones. that look
Aquafina,
like
Ice
A
Mountain.
milk jug.
Yeah.
Milk jug. Yeah.
I think it was a local brand because, yeah, support local.
Of course.
Local
Great,
Arizona
great.
water. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was pouring it out, though, and then Dan
In
in
the
the
middle
car.
of the desert in Defiance,
Yeah.
possibly going through a drought, pouring water out on the ground.
Pouring water, just throwing it away.
So then my man Dan, he's like, yo, fill up my water bottle. And I was like, okay.
Smart.
So I filled him up.
You don't think anything's wrong? Gas can be in this, right? That's not gonna be a bad thing.
Okay, let me have some of that.
Yeah, it's good water. Do you need some in yours? You better maybe fill
Oh
it
yeah,
back up.
good call. Win-win.
With
Okay, and then at the very end, it's weird.
Hey, we got a lot of water, man. All my dogs eat.
oh my dogs eat.
Of course you give me all my dogs eat, dude. Oh my god.
All my dogs eat.
Dan's the guy then. He's
Dan's
the
the
man.
man.
He's not only the
He's-
guy that works at NASA, but he's also a good dude.
Good dude. You hear
Yeah.
his voice too? Oh, you're about to hear more of his voice, but man, that guy rocks, man.
Fill up the gallon.
Just fills it up.
Back in the car.
Back in the car. We're on our way back. I got my wits about me. I got my water in me. Dan's got his water. We're on our way back to finish the mission, right? And so, of course, I freaking recorded that hit record again. And Dan.
Problem solving at its finest right there.
Okay, wait. Before I play this is 6 minutes long. I think I'm gonna play the highlight, but put the actual full one in the podcast.
Okay.
You guys don't want to sit here and listen for 6 minutes, I would imagine.
I mean,
Gotcha.
cool.
But if there's cool highlights, yeah.
But that's problem solving at its finest.
So get in.
So you're a NASA or you were a NASA engineer.
Yeah.
What was your
And
favorite?
then when they grounded the shuttle, then I moved back because I'm from here.
Okay.
But I was living in Utah for all these years.
Was it like Salt Lake area or was it?
No, it's in Brigham City.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's awesome, man. What was your favorite project you worked on?
I pretty much just worked on the one. It was the igniter part.
You worked on one project your whole life.
No, there was other, but on the shuttle part. But there was other projects I worked on.
Yeah, like within it.
Yeah.
Wow. And then did it launch eventually?
Oh yeah, it was. That's what was used in all the shuttles that was launched. Igniters.
Oh, that's right. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I see what you mean by one project, huh?
Oh yeah, they ran that shuttle for years.
That's amazing.
I started in '80 and then quit in '82. Well, I didn't quit. Like I said, they grounded it in 2010, and then about 2 years later, we was done cleaning up and getting ready to shut it down.
Dude.
Automation part just
Bitch about that for a while. Yeah, so in the next like couple minutes, I just bitch about how hard it was to get USAA like dialed in, and I was like, it's so dumb how I have to go through all the phone automation, all to just talk to some lady at the very end who I have to explain the same information that I just explained to the robots.
Yeah.
And then he got pissed about it because he was like, "You're right, that shit's so. Why have the automation?" He says.
Dan's ride or die.
Dan gets it.
He's a homie.
Let's see if I can find the question.
That's cool though. What advice would you give to a 24-year-old engineer?
I think it would be
Shut the fuck up and stop asking me questions.
get there early, stay late, make it like not just a job, a career, something that you want to, you do not want to get into the stage to where you hate going to work.
100%. 100%. So love what you do.
Yeah, love what you do. If you don't, then, find something that you do. Something that, because that's saying, if you love what you do, you've never worked a day in your life. And that's true. That really is. I don't feel like I put in 32 years. I have really enjoyed what I do. So,
That's amazing. No, thank you. I totally subscribe to that, man. I'll do my best.
Right on.
Did you ever think Dan was just like, stop talking?
Oh yeah. Come on, that like the whole recording or the whole experience I think probably took 25 minutes.
Mm.
And I was talking or asking questions the whole time. The whole time.
At any point, did it cross your mind that like Dan maybe could have just been like lying to you the entire time?
I did
just
think-
making everything up.
I did think about that a little bit.
I used all 25 minutes to find out if it was true or not. I'll say confidently that man Dan is a NASA engineer.
Okay.
100%. I started asking about like thermodynamics. This is all shit I cut out because I was like, you guys don't need to hear this. It was like thermodynamics and just how this all actually works and what he was working on, big problems. Yeah, it was cool.
You could tell that he was energized.
Yeah.
He was like, shit, man,
He
this guy's
kept,
actually
he
has
kept
his-
responding.
He actually has stuff together. Oh yeah, right. When you keep responding, you care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to take a call at some point, but like, and I did too. I had to call the guy. So that's another important part is I get a call from the guys again, the tow truck guys. So they
AAA.
or USAA had contacted a tow service to bring out here. So the tow truck company was calling me. So I answer, and I was like, yeah, I'm on my way to get some gas. I don't need any. You don't need to come anymore. I got it covered. What the fuck was I thinking, dude? The stupidest phone conversation I think I had at the time. So then
You told the guy the AAA to F off pretty much.
I was just like, it wasn't the AAA guy, it was the tow
company,
truck guy,
yeah.
and he was like, I think I already sent someone, but okay, sounds good. Something like he was a younger dude, I think.
You thought you had the situation
I
handled.
was like, oh, got it. And this was before I realized how the hell am I going to actually get the gas? Like, I didn't think through in my head for the gas can part until later.
It's before you even secured the gas.
Yes.
You got cocky.
I got cocky. I called my own shot. So, yeah, that was ridiculous. So, anyways, long story short, Dan drops me this knowledge bomb, right? And it's sick. I love the fact that just a random person, if you ask them truly some advice based on, especially someone who's 60, retired, just gone through some thing that we're about to go on in some sense.
Sure.
And for him to say, consistently love what you do.
Yeah.
And just work your ass off towards it. It's like, oh,
I like it.
thanks. Like,
Good reminder.
it's a great reminder. And that's the thing is I asked for an engineer, and what he gave as an answer is something that everybody should take away,
It wasn't engineer specific.
It wasn't like, oh yeah, get your engineering license in this. It was no, love what you do and work your ass off. Because when you feel like it's not work, then you'll never work a day in your life.
You're right. Fuck yeah, Dan.
Pursue your legend.
Yeah. Pursue your legend. That's the what book is that? The Alchemist. Have you read that one?
No.
Read The Alchemist. It's like 120 pages. It's perfect for
It's a quick read.
for any dudes, you know.
It's a good read.
It's a good read.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good read. But so story takes a turn, kind of. It's a sharp turn. So he drops me off. I said thanks. It's like, thanks for the water. I think I even got that part in there. Yeah, there's
The send off.
yeah, so I have no gas cans, roadside assistance. We're gonna make it with an exclamation mark. Decky finds help. I think it's this one.
Got the delivery guy right here. This is dope. I should be good.
I got 2 gallons. You're 1 gallon.
Oh, really? Oh, we're perfect then. Oh, we're gonna make it. we're good, baby.
So I'm fucking stoked. The guy's got 2 gallons. I got 3 gallons
What
of gas now. The tow truck guy shows up.
So the tow truck guy did end up showing up.
Yes.
He knew you didn't have it
Yeah.
controlled.
Would it have been bad if you didn't? Sorry,
Had-
continue this.
if he would have
You said there's a turn.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
You're right. Good point. Good point.
Trying to
Thank you,
keep this
Ty.
on the rails.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're right. No, it's tough.
So you get back to your car
Okay.
with your gallon, and the tow truck guy's also there.
tow truck guy's also there. Yes.
Okay.
I say goodbye to Dan. I was trying to find that clip, couldn't find it, got distracted. You
Great.
bring it back.
Yes.
Here I am. So on the way, I'm just stoked about it, obviously. And I get there, the guy starts, guy's got 2 gallons of gas, even better. So everything's great. And then the turn is not necessarily in my story arc. I end up driving it fine and making it.
Okay.
So when he's pouring gas, he gets a phone call, and it's his wife. She's a nurse in the hospital, and says, "Hey, our son has coronavirus, 6-month-old,
Jeez.
and they're about to go on vacation and all this stuff, and they can't, because of coronavirus, they have to quarantine and not see their 6-month-old for 14 days." And the wife just got word of this information, is like calling her husband, trying to figure this out. And he lets me know that, and I was just like, what? Like,
They're not allowed to see their kid?
not allowed to see their kid for 14
So
days.
ridiculous.
Why can't they take care of their kid?
I don't know. Why can't they get coronavirus?
That's when I asked these questions on this recording. I'm like, hey, well, what the heck? Like, what's going on here? Like, why can we decide to, wear a face mask, whether or not we want to walk into Walmart with a face mask or not, whether we want to be 6 feet apart. But the second that your loved one has coronavirus and you have to quarantine, that's a mandatory thing. I don't understand if that's necessarily logical or not. Social, like mentally and like being in that situation would just suck. That'd be hard.
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine.
I don't know how that's a rule, but it is.
It is a rule. Yeah. So okay. So then
Loop me
it's
in here.
depressing. It's depressing, but this part that he says is the funniest shit ever.
We're like a bee swarming around your head.
Yeah.
You can't see your kid? You know? God. It's retarded. It's totally retarded.
Jesus.
Declan went in. Remember, he's hitchhiking at this point. Anything's allowed.
You got me.
No.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. He said it first, though. Literally, we had just. I had just mentioned that statement. I said, "Hey, like, why is it?" I gave him the hot take about the face mask and social distancing, and the second thing, the thing he responds with is, "It's retarded." Anything plays when you're hitchhiking, dude. I don't know.
Fully legal, dude. Let's carry on. Let's
It's
move through
fully
this.
legal stuff.
I'm with you now.
Yeah.
We're in this journey together.
It's a matter of survival.
And remember, this is on you. The corp is removed from the
Yeah.
situation.
So he picks everything up.
Canceled.
Yeah, canceled out.
Canceled.
Bang.
Decky.
Bleep it, dude. I don't. We'll figure it out.
What if YouTube canceled their streams when they heard the word?
the word retarded?
Because like they cancel its stream when you copyright music.
Mm-hmm.
Midstream.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Jack were to play a song from his playlist or something, YouTube would just would say stream ended, done.
Are you serious?
Happened
Yeah.
to us with the Ike podcast, and we're just now circling back to be able to release it on Monday
Yeah.
because of technical stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Stupid.
it's very stupid.
YouTube.
YouTube.
So here it is to finish it off, dude. Hopefully YouTube doesn't kick us off for this one.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, this right. This.
Brother? Thank you so much. Make sure I run real quick before I leave. Yeah. Hey, great. Yeah, nice meeting you. Hey, I'll keep your son in my prayers, man. That's the way the news goes.
You're kidding.
I was a showman.
That's it.
Always a showman, Ty. That's literally his life. He's the life of a showman.
I'm a road comic.
Or a
now.
poor planner.
Right.
Yeah.
He was explaining this situation to Matt Heron and I as we were driving to the cabin, and Matt made the best comment of just like, "That dude, I'm never running into that situation because I just drive through it." Right? Like he doesn't.
I'll
run
never
out of
not.
gas.
Yeah,
You
I'll never
will
fit
run
in.
out of gas.
When will you ever run out of gas? Think about it.
Yeah.
Never.
Right.
I'm never running out of gas. I'm confidently can say that.
Okay.
I'm driving through that situation. Right? All of that stuff that happened, I got through it in 15 seconds.
Dude, isn't that so crazy?
Yeah.
That like whole hour-long ordeal played out, and you just drove through it.
Yep.
Fuck, man.
I drove through it in a different way.
Yeah.
And now everyone listening to it has also driven through it.
Correct.
Yeah. They're like, wow, the story was a half an hour long, and
Yeah. Okay. So now that begs the question:
get the gist in about
do I got to be better about my presentation?
type 5.
No,
you
I like
need to fill your gas tank up.
Jesus, fucking bit there, dude.
Always a showman.
No, I
The
mean,
story was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the story's cool.
You had some audio supplements.
It's the best way to do it without them knowing that you did it. It's the most efficient way to do it, I guess.
You should just always wear a body cam, like a cop.
I hope I don't get famous for being the guy who's always recording. You
No,
know?
that's Portnoy. He records all of his phone conversations.
Really?
That's how he can release them on people and stuff. For the most part, like the ones that he wants
Is that
He-
legal?
to. I think he has like the one with the Scooter Braun one. Like he just live streamed it or something.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Well, that's live streaming is different because like he's putting it out to the world. Like 90. How many thousands of people were watching that conversation? You think?
I don't know.
Do you think any? A ton?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Against someone's will, like if
Well, there's some states are two-party consent states where you got to be like, hey, Andrew, I'm recording, and you have to say, yes, you can record me, or else that recording isn't legal.
Mm.
Oh.
Or one-party consent states means I don't have to tell you.
Gotcha.
Mm.
I don't know which states are which.
Neither do I.
Oh, but regardless, fill your fucking gas tank up.
Fill your gas tank.
Drive through it.
Drive through.
Drive through it.
It's too funny, man. You made the best out of a absolutely strange situation.
I'd say so.
Strange. I had such a blast. That
Would
was
you
so
guys
fun.
ever hitchhike?
I mean, in that situation, probably
N-
not.
Just in general.
That's
No.
a good question. I've thought about this a lot, and I would like to, but I don't think it's socially like. I think we're at a place in our society where the people in their cars are more afraid of the person on the side of the road as opposed to the side of the road person on the side of the road hitchhiking is more afraid to get picked up by a crazy person.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, you always can just call Uber.
Right.
Mm.
Or like
Oh.
USAA, or like all these different, like you could have waited for 50 minutes. in
Yeah.
your car.
In that sense, the safest way to do it would have been call USA, AAA, whatever,
yeah.
roadside assistance, and then if you really got antsy to go get gas, then you get Uber.
Mm-hmm.
Do
You
Ubers
call
pick up
Uber.
on the side of the highway? That's probably something they don't do.
Mm.
I bet you it's in the rules.
Really?
Don't pick people up on the
Yeah.
side of the highway.
That's maybe right.
That'd be a good rule to have, I think.
I have an uncle who claims to have been hitchhiking and got picked up by John Wayne Gacy, who's a serial killer
Whoa.
and was an active serial killer at that time
Was he
in that area.
targeting men of your uncle's
I think so. I think he was the guy who like dressed up as a clown and went to like kids' birthday parties.
Fuck that, dude.
Jesus.
That's scary. John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah. He's like a well-known American serial killer.
I've heard of him.
Okay.
How do you spell it? I just want to see what he looks
And
like.
so
John Wayne G.A.
Yep.
Casey with a G.
Is this Wisconsin?
I think. No, it's like northeastern Illinois.
Okay.
Oh my God! Was an American
Chicagoland.
serial killer and sex offender known as the Killer Clown, who assaulted and murdered at least 33 young men and boys.
Dude, how old was your uncle?
What?
I don't know how old he was, but he fit the description for sure.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
so frightening.
Yeah. But it's like
Jesus.
there's no way to like prove it. It's just like a crazy Uncle
he
Buck
didn't record a
story,
podcast on it. He didn't record when he got in the car.
No.
Gets out the cassette thing.
Can you imagine when he was hitchhiking and John Wayne Gacy pulled up? Do you think he noticed like right away, like, oh my God, that's John Wayne Gacy? Or
No, he had no idea.
Well, he wasn't known at the time.
oh, he wasn't.
Well, I mean, if he was an
Oh,
active
good
serial
point.
killer.
Yeah.
Active serial killer isn't known until they're caught.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a great point.
Great point.
Dude,
Yeah.
are there
It's not like
still
there's a
serial
Super
killers?
good point.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't know about him.
Well, yeah, but just I feel like there's so many like Netflix like documentaries or like series or like the movie Zodiac.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every serial killer was like from 1970 to like late 80s.
And we've weeded them out.
I haven't heard of a serial killer since.
Because they catch them.
And then we know.
My
about
point exactly.
Not a serial killer, but you've heard a lot of people like Jeffrey Epstein and like
come on,
Jerry
guys.
Sandusky and stuff like that.
it. Oh,
Different kind.
the shit that goes deeper.
Yeah.
Wikipedia's always got you covered.
They've transferred over to the evil has gone elsewhere.
I feel like we'd hear
Now we
more
just have professional assassins.
Oof. Like,
You can hire out your kills.
right. That's what point of impact is. Shooter.
Yeah.
That's the movie about with Mark Wahlberg.
I feel like there's a lot more of those people these days.
secret assassins.
Yeah.
Well, if they start like, what if they start fully getting rid of police and then you have to start buying, like you have to start hiring your own police service.
Oh.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Oh my gosh.
That's the conspiracy.
That's a good point.
I mean, I don't think I want to live in that world
You guys-
personally,
I'll live in it.
I'll give it a try.
where you
Yeah.
solely have to rely on protecting yourself with a personal police service.
Yeah, if they really do, if that really becomes a thing fast, like our lease is up next year in June, we're gonna probably live through it. Like we gotta drive through it, make sure our tank's full, we gotta go.
Drive through it.
Yeah,
Do
you
one.
really got to make sure your tank's full now.
Does
Yeah.
have you, Jack? Have you watched Westworld with us before?
Like a few episodes. I've
Have you,
never watched
Todd?
it.
You watch Westworld?
No.
Okay. There's this
How do
episode.
you shake your head like that with like making your whole face loose?
When you do that with my hair, it feels like you have a tail.
Just got to release the cheeks.
Can't do it.
It feels crazy having lettuce in the back. But
Yeah.
anyways,
House salad.
house salad. Yeah, this is house salad now. Pretty much.
Westworld though, dude.
So Westworld. Yeah, no.
Jesus Christ.
There's an episode.
Who the fuck is listening to this right now?
It's good fun. I'm having fun.
I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast.
All
New
right, what's up?
opportunities.
What's up, Westworld boy?
So there's an episode in Westworld,
Westworld.
where there's an app that, this guy, one of the main characters, works for. He works for like an Uber, and he just gets text messages of saying, "Hey, here's a crime that needs to be done here. Here's the rate. Do you want it? Yes or no?" And he gets notified. He just hits yes or no. And if he hits yes, then like he goes on this mission.
That's kinda
And it's
cool.
like a network of people, so you have to race to do the crime. So there's like 8 or 9 other people
The gig
also
economy.
trying to like fuck up a dude.
You know, they all. I think they hire out like a certain amount of people,
Oh,
and then they all
yes.
show up and they have to work together and they all get paid.
Correct.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And there's certain like people also
Like a heist.
bringing supplies to that person that accepts. So there's another thing that's in there that says you can accept a request to bring the weapon to the person and just be the guy that's carrying the weapon from A to B.
The gig economy takes on murder for hire.
It did.
In that
Yeah,
episode.
No, that's how the
show.
whole Westworld kind of like makes its money. There's an underground black market.
That's so crazy.
It's sick. Yeah.
That creates this world, this autonomous world where all these robots look exactly like humans and have artificial intelligence that has learned over time. So the main robot characters are the ones who have the last 2 seasons survived and ultimately dominated this West world. And it's a sponsored like corporate venture playground that's like in the real world.
Jesus.
So you can like pay money as a rich dude to go and like bang chicks and do all and like shoot people, kill people, do whatever the hell. And all these robots get, you know, all this shit done to them, but then they just bring it back to the factory, refabricate them, put their memory chip in it, and then hit go. Ultimately, over time, the robots just slowly learn, and they slowly understand through this artificial intelligence. And it's like, oh wait, there's a chance that could happen at some point in the world.
Dude, why does every future like show movie end with like people just like wanting to shoot and fuck other people?
That's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah. Like The Purge is like
Right.
Does anybody actually like the part of The Purge that is supposed to make it realistic is that could actually happen? Does anybody actually want that to happen? Or does anybody actually think that in a world where like artificial intelligence is used, that the first application is to go into a world where we can just shoot people?
To do bad.
Yeah.
I'm saying yes, there's for sure, but they're like 2 or 3 people, and they're not getting around to it. You know, they're not gonna make that thing happen.
What the
They're
fuck?
still playing Fortnite. They're just getting it together.
Oh my
Dude, boy,
God.
at Target, you hear about the fucking AI shooting range that they like. How ridiculous would that be?
Yes.
So
Oh
you're
my
talking about like
gosh.
corporate sponsors? I don't think that would ever happen.
It would be tough. Yeah, it's not sold. Again, it goes. The excuse here is, you know, the dark arts and the underground market, black
Yeah.
market. Because maybe this is going on. We just don't know.
A trained assassin.
Trained
A
assassin.
hired assassin.
A hired trained assassin. Assassin.
I hope the assassin I hire is trained.
Yeah.
Jack, would you sign up for that task?
No.
What about to just transport weapons?
Yeah. What if you're
Probably
just a
not.
money
A
guy?
quick $500.
I just try to avoid conflict at all costs, so I wouldn't even. I'd fill my tank up. I'd drive through it
Yeah. Get rid of it.
and pass right by the opportunity.
It's like Hinge, swipe right, swipe left.
What do you think your roles in prison would be?
In prison?
Yeah, like say you went to prison, and you just gotta like figure yourself out in the hierarchy of prison.
All right, what are the options here?
Well, I
don't know how
Good question. Good
I want to
question.
go
There
next
aren't really-
topic here.
Next time.
Mine are the
Jack's trying to drive through it.
mine out of the gutter.
Exactly.
That's what happens when you have a full tank. You can drive through
Drive through.
opportunities.
Yeah.
When you're out of gas, you're like, fuck, this is all I got.
You know, like I think I'm gonna start like hucking goods and stuff. Like I'm gonna be the guy that people go to
Like red.
to get what they want.
Yeah.
Like Red.
I don't know what you're referencing.
Come on, dude.
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
Morgan Freeman.
yeah,
The guy, he gets the pack of cigarettes.
yeah. I'm that guy.
Okay. I like that role. It's a good role.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be the guy that does, like that everyone wants on their team for like some sport. You know.
There's no way.
Glue guy. Can't throw a football, but
What's your role in prison? Glue guy.
I'm
Glue
just
guy.
picturing like, you know, basketball being played. They're like, hey, I'll take this guy.
Glue guy.
he boxes out well. Grabs his bounds.
Prison rules, but they're really concerned about team chemistry.
And it's not just like 4 guys that are always on a team that play against the same 4 guys for the last 2 years. Yeah, he's a glue guy. That's him. Brings the team together. Can't shoot.
Yeah, can't shoot. Just makes the right pass.
Yeah. On your touch football team, you volunteered to be safety.
Safety or center. Yeah, the guy.
Safety and center. You're playing both ways.
Yeah.
Can't shoot, but this guy's attitude is.
When the guy's attitude's prime. When the guy's blitzing, I'm talking taking my drop set, protecting the quarterback.
I'll get you the laces next time. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I could hear you like in the locker room holding team meetings. You're like, guys, we gotta beat the defenders next week. And it's not gonna happen with this lack of accountability. Be you.
Be you. Embrace you.
Yeah. Oh, Andy, I love that guy. He just came in here. He was doing something in the black market and got thrown in jail with us for a couple months, and God, he's fucking killing it. We love him.
Oh man.
He runs this podcast that he Zoom calls into every day.
So that good question, Ty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great question.
What role are you taking, boys?
I've been thinking about it this whole time. I'm either the guy that just works out in his cell all day and gets absolutely ripped.
Oh, dude, you'd be like the great, like the quiet dude who nobody wants to fuck with because they're like, this guy's just never said anything since he's been in here.
Yeah, I would totally mind my own business.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I tried to like become a librarian like Brooks.
Yeah. Dude, he got stabbed
The
though.
wise guy. Jack Burke's the smartest guy in the prison, and we're like, dude, Jack was the dumbest guy in our house.
Yeah, prison would be my opportunity to educate myself.
Right.
I was thinking, like Longest Yard, like the huge dude that's in like the maximum security sector that like everyone's just super afraid of, and then Adam Sandler plays ping pong with them, and he's like, "You're actually tight."
Yep. He's like got the insane suit on.
Yeah.
He's got to unleash him.
Yeah.
Man, that would be who you are.
I think that'd be like Jack.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, dude.
You're welcome. Like you just get ripped enough, and they just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Where people are like, they just start creating like myths about you. You're like, that guy.
Yeah.
Fucking like ripped.
You
This
almost
guy's
have like a
legend."
Chuck Norris type
Yeah.
mantra to you.
7 heads off.
Yeah, and I would assume you would grow a mullet out in prison
Yeah, I mean, I would do something with the hair for sure.
for sure.
I'd actually probably go buzz cut.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so
Get rid of it.
Oh.
You got to get rid of
Totally
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
it.
Dude, you would get stacked too. You would be a fucking meat castle.
Yeah, I would
No
just work
weaknesses.
out all day.
I honestly think you're the guy that works out a ton, but also is the librarian, because you got to teach people something. Like you're gonna teach them the
Friendly giant.
yeah.
Yeah, what would you do like book club and do like BFG, big friendly giant?
You'd show them all the books you've been reading.
Yeah, you have your freaking stack of books. You're
It'd
like,
just be all Lou Holtz Notre Dame.
all right, boys, this week we're gonna do the Lou Holtz autobiography. Who's interested? They're like, oh man.
Still highly recommended if either of you.
I know.
Yeah, sorry, I just bashed the book, not even knowing if it was good or not.
I'm
Don't
not
judge a
bashing
book
it.
by its
I'm
cover.
hyping it up.
Lou Holtz.
How about you,
is-
Deck? Who are you gonna be, dude?
Well, Jack, I was gonna add on. You should be the energy guy, and just be like the go-getter. But since you didn't choose him, I'm taking him. I'll be the energy guy. I'll be like the dumb positive guy who like, shit's going down. The person like a fight could be going on, and I'm like, no, guys, they're settling things out the right way. Like, saying I almost would be like somewhat looked at as like a religious guy just because I'm stupid positive about the whole thing.
So you're just gonna be you in prison?
Yeah, it sounds like you're just gonna be yourself in prison.
It's worth thinking through what I would actually do, though, is what I'm saying. Like, if I did get put in prison
I'm just picturing
for running out of gas.
Dex doing the same thing, but instead he's asking questions to a prisoner, like, so like, what was your favorite project at NASA? He just gets popped in the face.
Right, yeah. I would be like, so what was your favorite crime?
You have any advice for a young guy that just got put into prison?
They'd be like, yeah, sit the fuck over there and never
Shut
talk
up.
to me again. I'm like, all right, Eduardo, it's fucking whatever, dude. Dang it. So, actually, when I was in Thailand, this whole comeback full circle, I met a guy who has been to, the guy who I ran into in Taiwan had been to jail before for like a DUI or something. And he was there for like 2 days or something. And he's like, yeah, how prisons are aligned or organized is like everyone organizes themselves by race. So the blacks are all, the Hispanics are all in certain areas. And then finally, he's like, then there's just the others. He said it's black, Hispanic, and white, and the rest is just other. And he goes, sometimes the brothers hang out with the others. And he like had all these sayings for everything. I was like, no, that's so interesting. So having that background, being the guy in jail, I think I'd just be asking dumb questions, like to the table. I'd be like the table guy. We'd all be sitting at dining in at the same places. Everyone has their own spots, and I'm always like, all right, guys, now that we're all together, who's got you? Who?
Oh, my dog's
what's your,
eat.
yeah. What's your favorite crime? What was the best thing? What was the coolest crime you did? Or something like that.
Right.
Sometimes like I went heli skiing. No, one heist was an escape helicopter. That'd be nuts.
I'd also love to be a part of a heist. I think that'd be my way to get into prison.
Yeah.
Would be I'd try to be the guy that's stealing something famous that's
Yeah.
like worth a ton.
Yeah.
But I'm on a team.
Yeah.
Like
You could
Ocean's
maybe
11.
talk me into
Ocean
that.
shit.
Yeah. That'd be fun as hell.
What would your role in the heist team be?
Yeah. What would your heist roll? Yeah,
Heist
good question.
roll. Oh man. I'm running Facebook ads or something.
Andrew's running the advertising and marketing department for a heist. Yeah, what if your plan was to just start like a revolution and just use it, like advertise it? Like that one, kind of like what that documentary you watched on
Cambridge Analytica.
Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah,
No, that one, but the 60 Minutes one. No.
They were both the same type of idea. Yeah.
Same type of vibe, but
Yeah.
it was Trump's Facebook ads guy.
Yeah.
This is campaign manager.
Right.
Brad.
Forget his name.
It's like Brad
Parsley.
or
Parsley.
Pascal.
Brad
Pascal.
Brad Parsley or Parsley.
Should I send that to you?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Very
That's
interesting.
intense. Yeah.
But like you could do that kind. I mean, he's touting all of his numbers and how he's pushing this political movement. You could just do that for a heist,
Right. That'd be awesome.
like causing some unrest in this area, and then go rob a bank.
We just run an ad for Facebook events.
Yeah.
Don't actually
That's
have
how we
it.
get
Wait,
everyone
hold on.
together. That's actually a way to do it.
Yeah, that's a way to do it.
That would be the smartest way to do it.
Yeah. A Facebook group.
We already have like 400 people interested in Boatchella.
We could take all those and ask them if they want to do a heist. What if you got an email and said
Simple.
important information on Boatchella, like the most clickbaited thing ever, and it's like, part of your ticket, you could actually be a part of our heist team.
Roles remaining.
Text or click here for more information.
Oh my god.
And it just becomes that black dick meme thing. You're like, they got me.
Unsubscribe from email lists.
Yeah, R.I.P. man.
He's-
The guy
R.I.P.
just sitting on the side.
Jackie's dead, dude.
He is dead. It's so sad. You hear what Tom Segura did though for his family? That was amazing.
No.
He made T-shirts. He contacted the family first, but that was like, "Hey, here's this T-shirt concept that I have.
I think I did
Can you, can I sell these?" And he's like sold tons of it and just donates all the proceeds to the family.
Yeah.
And like got to know about the guy. Never actually met him, but
Yeah.
met his wife and stuff. And crazy.
the big black dick guy.
And everybody knows what you're talking
And,
about.
and we're using it for email marketing for Boatchella.
For a
Disguising a heist.
for the heist.
For the heist.
Can we should do that to like a smaller subset of people who wouldn't get pissed about that, you know?
Yeah.
Like we can't send that to Famous Dave, right?
No.
That's good. We want that guy making ribs on.
I want to
at
send that to
Boatchella.
Steve at his Way Laboratory.
Email. Yeah, we got to send it to all the corporate emails, but all the guys that work, like General Mills will get one because Matty C will
See.
be on the list.
Yeah.
Matt Heron's gonna be pissed when he
Par system.
When
He's
he-
gonna get flagged.
he's
They're
gonna
go-
get flagged. Like, Matt, you got a email about a heist. I wanted to talk to you about it, and like that would be such a hard conversation.
Right. Got to put him in that situation.
We do. We got to put our. Yeah, exactly. It's one thing to get on your Gmail where it gets lost in all your other stupid things you signed up for when you were 8 years old.
Yeah.
It's another thing to get an email for a clickbaited heist
Oh man.
prank. God damn it.
Well, should we wrap it up with a final little spiel here?
Yeah. Do we want to end with how we always end, like with a "What did you learn," or do we want to end with a different question?
Did
like,
we-
have you guys been thinking of any?
Maybe just like how you're feeling, dude.
Oh.
Basically.
Would you want to call Famous Dave still?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think
It's
we-
9 o'clock
On a Sunday.
on a
What
Sunday.
do you think? Smart or not smart?
Well, what's your relationship like with Famous Dave?
I don't know.
Deck, you sure?
The only times I've really been able to communicate information to him is when we call.
And how often do you do that?
Haven't done it since
All right, that's not a good
after
sign.
he came on the podcast.
Like if I'm a
Like a
for
year and a half ago.
Worst case scenario, he doesn't answer, and you leave him a
As-
message.
as a young guy, like 9 on a Sunday, that's
This
that's
is
where I have my most free time. Probably.
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Hence why you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how like older people feel. I feel like older people are a little bit more protective of their 9 o'clock on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Like they're in bed, ready to start off their Monday.
But also like weird times, you know?
Also like weird times, and he's
I think
and it's
it's worth.
Famous Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
This is
doesn't.
not. This is not a normal
I
person. We're
say
talking
right.
we got to give him a call.
I think
so.
I think
Yeah.
it's worth giving him. A
I
call.
don't- yeah.
Sweet.
I'm nervous.
I'm glad we thought it through though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm glad we unpacked it.
Makes us seem sensitive, even if it
Mhm.
does turn out to be the wrong idea.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Right.
It's on record.
Actually, I like the idea of doing it more modernly. Are you guys ready for this? Oh shit. Hey Siri, can you call Famous Dave?
That's so good. Calling Famous Dave.
That's awesome.
Holy shit.
I don't know what his voicemail is.
Deck's shaking. His hands are shaking.
Hello, this is Dave.
Dave, it's Declan Brown with the Backpocket. How you doing?
Rockin' and rolling.
Awesome, man. Hey, so we are throwing a boat party event in Stillwater, Minnesota, and after the boat party is over, we have a big parking lot down in Stillwater that we'd like to have like an after feast. We were thinking or wondering to see if you had any availability on August 8th to make some ribs at this event. Is that something that you'd be interested in?
Depends.
Okay.
But I would first answer say sure. I just don't right now. I'm dealing with. We're getting slammed at our old Southern restaurants, and
Oh, congrats! First off, that's awesome.
yeah, I'm just having to do some triage.
Nice.
So, do you have my email?
Yes, I do.
Can you do me a favor? Just because I need to really take care of this other stuff, if you could send me an email, I'd be glad to take a look at it.
Awesome. Sounds good. I would be happy to do that.
That'd be great. And I apologize. I'm not trying to be rude, but
No.
our restaurants are. We weren't prepared for what's happening, and I mean, we thought we would have a strong sale today with being Father's Day, but it seems like folks went out today in force, and they're getting. We can't keep up, and we're getting slammed, and our folks are getting pissed off. So.
Oh, dang. Well,
Yeah.
kind of a good problem to have. Like, hey, business is back.
Yep. It just, it's kind. When I first started my career, I think I shared with you. I started I was planting these dish gardens for florists on mother, and they would sell them at Mother's Day, and these florists would work around the clock. But it seems like everybody forgets they have a mother until Mother's Day, or like it's Father's Day, and we should do something special for fathers. And at 5 o'clock, they want to pick something up in a half hour.
Yeah, they want it now.
Yeah.
They don't understand it takes a little bit of time to make ribs. I totally understand that.
Okay. Well, do me a favor. Send me that, and I'll certainly take a look.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for accepting the call, man. I will email you soon.
Oh no, I often. Well, let's get together when this is over. So.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
Okay. Take care.
Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah. Bye bye.
That one as well as it could have.
And that's why Famous Dave's our best running bit of all time.
Don't call the man a bit after that.
That is why
He's
Famous
not a
Dave.
bit, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it's he helps us.
He's such a character in like this universe of.
Yes,
Cause he like transcends it.
always.
Like he's just above what we have going on here.
That was so cool.
Was awesome.
He's like the most famous person I feel like you have access to.
I got asked
that's
that
a good
question
friend.
today.
Do you think he's the most famous
He's
person?
one of the people I said.
You
Yeah.
could just call
I
him.
always say Famous Dave.
Famous Dave.
Depends on who you're talking to, because
Yeah.
I like saying Famous Dave over Chad Greenway.
I do
I
too.
think Chris Lindahl's pretty
It-
cool. In the area.
It's hard to get
Yeah.
asked the question, who's the most famous person who's been on the Backpocket podcast, and not name the person with the name famous in the title.
Such a good point.
Valid.
Such a good point.
That
I
was-
never thought about that.
I think that was a good answer.
Yeah.
That's something that's positive. So I envision him grilling out ribs in the parking lot someplace.
Oh my God.
And we just feast
And
there.
we feast on
Could you
just
imagine?
amazing ribs for. I mean, we're gonna have.
Dude, I
Let's sell the boat out first. Focus that first and foremost.
And then we
right?
tell them everyone that also
250
came.
people. Let's sell that.
Yeah.
If we can get 250 people eating Famous Dave's ribs made by Famous Dave.
Yeah, dude. When's the
in
last
a
time Famous
parking
Dave
lot?
grilled up for like? I'm telling you, like that ticket might just be worth it.
That
for-
alone is a
Yeah.
fucking sell.
To get
Famous
Famous
Dave.
Dave's ribs. He's
you
on the
could
grill.
just sell that an experience with
Holy-
Famous Dave.
Yeah. Afterwards.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
We already told everybody in a little graphic that I made that I said the what, a pregame and after party will be included with your ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boom.
that's amazing.
Like if I had never heard of your podcast and like I was just really into food, and like I heard that Famous Dave can make me food, like I'd be in on that.
yes,
Be like, yeah.
And that's
And
not
if-
even the main event.
right. And then I honestly think at that point, we've won.
Like there might be people that show up to this event and skip the boat part
Yeah.
and just go to.
We're
food
gonna
with
get
Dave.
we just outsold our own fucking event. Because what's gonna happen is we're gonna like DMs like, is there an option to just go to the barbecue part?
after.
Well, should we make it like 250 might be a big ass. Do we make it the first 60 people to buy it? So then it's like a, or do you just sign? I don't know.
know.
I'm just
Dave
thinking.
Dave said sure, so we got to go from there. Now I definitely got to see what he thinks about 250.
Yeah, this is a conversation for later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
We
Sweet.
speaking of winning, we just freaking got a yes from Famous Dave on a, what was that, 7-minute conversation, if that.
Yeah.
I mean, he had some things he wanted to say.
And
you
then he
know?
went with the
It was like he knew he was on a podcast. It was like, whoa.
I love how he equated like getting flowers for your mother on Mother's Day and then getting barbecue for your dad on Father's Day.
Yes.
Right. Crazy takes.
He just gets it.
Yeah.
He just gets
And
it.
he just wanted to talk. You
He's
could
probably
tell.
stre-
As soon as he went
he's
into
probably
the
stressed out.
Mother's
Yeah.
Day bit, I was just like, oh god, here we go.
He was excited.
You need a
That's
sounding
good
board.
That's
Yeah.
a good feeling.
Maybe you just gotta start calling Famous Dave every Sunday. Be like, Dave, how's the week?
How's the
Let's
week?
debrief.
We could just, because we have access.
Right.
And he-
Call him every Sunday, record every conversation.
Famous Dave and my dad, and just having them roll
And
out
have them-
Sunday and Monday.
Except
Yeah,
Dave doesn't
back to
know.
back.
You could be ripping Dave clips on Instagram and he'd have no idea that like
He already
Right.
doesn't know
We
that
already
he's
been
the-
ripping them.
Yeah.
That was our huge bit at the live show.
No, not ripping him. I'm just saying like you could
No.
literally be putting out conversations with him.
I meant ripping him as in like a Rolodex of them,
Okay.
having a ton of them.
Yeah.
All positive things.
All positive.
Always
things.
positive with
Always
Dave.
positive.
Nothing negative.
Mr.
to
Famous
say
Dave,
about the
all
guy.
positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even Mr. Famous Dave. It's just Famous
It's
Dave.
just famous.
Famous Dave. We
Famous.
we asked him, "Are you the most famous Dave?"
Yeah, he said he was.
Yeah.
So he said, "All right, we got to call you more. We got to get to know you."
He wants to meet up after.
Okay, but the
fine.
crazy thing was I called him right before the live show
Yeah.
because I wanted to see if he was coming or not.
Because
And
he kept on getting those calendar invites.
he just accepted it
Yeah.
He kept he accepted our calendar invite to
To
the
get
live
it-
show.
to get it out of his.
Only
inbox.
and if he showed like obviously if Famous Dave is there, that changes the things that Andrew and I would present. That like it changes how we tell the story to a certain degree. I feel like.
Yeah, but not like doesn't devalue the meaning or where the
No.
intention of the story was.
No,
You just
no.
frame it in different parts.
Right.
Yeah.
But the fact that we have that is crazy. And now we just called him and he might actually be making ribs. That's so sick.
Sweet.
That'd be awesome.
Send him in the email.
So,
Liftbridge and Famous Dave are our sponsors. We won.
Well, hopefully. Lift Ridge
If-
is almost there.
Famous
If-
Dave is
yeah.
almost. That is
Both. Yeah, both are almost. But if
Well, you didn't say anything in that conversation about him sponsoring it.
no, it wasn't.
not even sponsoring, but just
Just-
being there.
just
and
being
throwing his
there,
logo
yeah.
everywhere if he's there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a form of a sponsorship. If you
That's the
ask
same
me.
thing Liftbridge is doing for us, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They give us some promos at the pregame.
yeah.
yeah.
And they just came out with these new seltzers that I guess are phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
Phenomenal seltzer.
Yeah.
Seltzer.
absolutely.
Summer
phenomenal.
seltzer. Everyone has a seltzer.
I
But
love
Liftbridge
seltzers.
kind of has a leg up right now.
Yeah. They
At least
do.
that's what they're talking. That's
Yeah.
what the streets are saying.
That's what the streets. I mean, we have our own opinions, but
Yeah.
that's when we
and we hold that opinion.
Yeah,
I'll be
we
the
hold that
final
opinion.
judge
All
for
right.
myself.
the final.
For yourself.
Well, it's
Jack
gonna
Burke's
be for us
definitive.
too, dude.
If you like it, sure. If I don't like it, sure. But I'm gonna decide for myself.
Love that.
Good. I love that, and then I think you got to write a blog on it too, though. You owe us a blog.
Yeah.
Your seltzer ranking.
Yeah.
Oh, but then I gotta drive out to Stillwater. Yeah. it'd
No,
be
no,
worth
no,
it.
no.
Total Wine.
Total Wine's got it.
All right.
I'm gonna actually grab them soon
Liftbridge
here.
seltzer review.
Yes.
Coming soon.
Coming to your inbox.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Should we do one before the event, or when do you think you'll drink a seltzer? When do you think
This
you'll
weekend?
want to try this seltzer?
If they're sold at the liquor stores, I can go do it right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't need to do it right now. It's
I
9
don't-
o'clock on a Sunday.
I don't.
you're
No,
wrong.
I
I know
don't
we got all
wanna-
this free time.
I don't
Slow
want to
your
do it
roll.
right. No, I don't want to do it right now at
Mm.
all. I'm just saying
It's
it can
possible.
it can happen whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess that's what's coming up for if you've made it this far in the podcast. The only thing you have to look forward to right now is the Lift Bridge blog that Jack's gonna write.
What? Why is that the only
Wow, that's such
Ever?
a bad.
I was being sarcastic.
thing? I
Sorry.
don't like your
okay.
takes right now.
Yeah.
And Famous Dave's ribs.
No,
maybe.
we have so much to look forward to. Holy shit, we got Boatchella.
You literally sent
Obviously.
us a list today of tour dates of things that are happening.
I did do that.
And you thought of them in 3 seconds, and that was like just surface level of things that were happening.
Oh yeah, crazy. I was trying to be sarcastic and funny, and it didn't work.
I know now I'm coming after you.
No, now I got the people turning against us. Yeah,
Ooh.
give me the light. Someone give me the light.
I've given
I gotta know when it's done.
Yeah.
It's the only way I know. Someone give me the light. But
I can.
yeah, we got a lot to look forward to, fellas. Great stuff.
Sweet. So let's finish it off then.
Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. Should we? One more question, or was Famous Dave the finishing off?
That sounds
that,
good to me.
That was the finish off.
That was the
Yeah.
finishing off.
They
Yeah.
buried the lead.
Fuck yeah.
Buried it. All right.
Good work, team.
Love you guys.
Take care.
Take care.
Take care. Jack, you didn't say take care.
Take care.
Thank you.
Good work, Jack.
Oh, that was fun.